Hey everybody, this is Keith Saarloos, and you are listening to Chopping It Up on Crazy Country 105.9. I don't know why I do that, but it's fun every single time. Number one, I want to say thank you guys for listening. We've had a lot of really, really positive feedback on this show. A bit analog, right? We're not streaming it. You have to sit in your car in your driveway to listen to this show in some cases. But what's been really great about this is it's local. And this is really all about the San Ynez Valley and all about the people who make it the special place that it is. And today we have a very, very special guest. Someone, when you go to anything in the Valley, people tend to stand up and say how many years they've been in the Valley as their kind of badge of honor. If they're, how much weight are we going to put into what they say? And today we have someone whose family, I think, can go back 75 years. And who we're talking to now is the cornerstone, if you will, of Solvang, the bakery that always has the line out in front of it, Birkholm's Bakery. And today we are talking to the man himself. Are you the baker today? Are you the guy?
Yeah, sometimes. I'm doing everything.
You're doing it all.
I'm doing it all.
Welcome to the Valley, where you have to dig your own well and then drain it too.
Yep, just like you, being a farmer, you're doing that. You're pushing wine. You're mowing the grass. You're whatever needs to be done.
But that's the beautiful part of it. Like whenever you're doing anything, and somebody looks across and says, "Are you supposed to do this?" And you're like, "Hey, listen, nobody else was doing it, so now here I am doing it."
That's right.
That's pretty much it. So, how long has your family been in the Valley?
Birkholm's Bakery and Birkholm's himself. My grandfather moved up here in about 1950.
Okay. Where did he start?
Okay, you want to go all the way back?
All the way back. We got
right.
30 minutes, man. Let's rock and roll.
So, my grandfather was born and raised in Denmark.
Okay.
Little island called Ærøskøbing. It's this little island southeast Denmark.
Yeah.
You got to take a ferry to it. There's
Awesome.
No bridges.
I love it.
Super small town.
And you've been there?
Oh, yeah. I've been
Okay.
there a few times.
Cool.
Last time was 2 Aprils ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was still cold, but the weather was nice. It's
Yep.
like clear skies. It was beautiful.
Yep.
Grew up there, and then kind of long story short, became a merchant marine.
Mm-hmm.
So then when he went on the merchant marines, he had to bring a trade to the ship.
Yes.
You can't just show up, like dead leg, and
Yep.
you have to bring something to the table.
You have to make the ship better by you being on it.
Correct. So he did culinary baking school in Copenhagen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he brought that to the ship, so he was like the baker on the ship.
Got it.
The whole crew did that, and he was on an oil tanker.
Okay.
And he was like one of very few that made it across the Atlantic without getting bombed.
Really?
And they made it across, and also he was doing Morse code.
Really?
So he held all the secrets in that. he came.
So what
across,
you're saying is your grandfather is Steven Seagal in
it could definitely play out to
be. I got it.
Oh,
So-
it gets better.
Okay, keep going.
Then for years doing that, and he met this German lady when he was in the service and that, and then when he landed in New York, there was CIA, FBI agents waiting for him to get off the boat.
Really?
Because the lady he married was a German spy.
Jeez.
Trying to get all the codes from him.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the story I've been told. He passed away in 98.
Got it.
But I just still wish I could sit and talk to him because he's.
So how did he make it from New York? Okay, post CIA, post
Yeah.
everything.
There's so many stories of this guy. It's insane.
Well, this is a whole other episode. This is
Yeah.
great. So how did he make it from New York to
New York, and then made it to LA because he knew a guy that had a bakery.
Sure.
That needed a baker. So he's
Got
like,
it.
come to LA, see the West Side, West Coast, da 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 da. So he was in LA for a year or two, and then he knew another guy that said, "Hey, my dad knows the names of these guys."
Yeah, it's okay.
And then came up to Solvang and opened a bakery. Actually, it was right on Copenhagen where Lucas and Llewellyn is. That was the very first spot in 1950.
Okay. So 1950, Solvang is known for Disneyland of the Central Coast, if you will. You go in, you're going to see it. At one point it was a tourist trap would be the worst way to describe it, but it was a reason for people to get off the highway. Pea Soup Anderson is where the 101 came and touched each other, and you
gas station of California is what they called it.
And still, from what I understand, it's like one of that intersection, 246, and the on ramp and off ramp is like one of the busiest ones in California. Strangely enough, like 24/7 gas stations, people getting on and off.
We actually had a billboard on the side of 101.
Yeah.
On Georgie's Ranch, and it said Birkholm's Bakery, make a left 2 miles down.
Right.
And then
and then McDonald's stole that from you.
Yeah. And my dad and Pea Soup were really good, or my grandpa and Pea Soup were really good friends.
Awesome.
But on the sign, my dad just told me the other day, it said like Birkholm's Bakery, make a right down 246. And then the bakery is actually closed on Mondays.
Yeah.
So that said it on the billboard, but everybody thought the whole town was closed on Mondays. So he had to go and paint that back over and just said Birkholm's Danish Bakery, make a right.
Okay.
So that was up there for a number of years. But
so your bakery started where Lucas and Llewellyn is now, and then you moved to this location
in 1951.
So
it was just a short little, here you are, get set up, figure the town out, and then the Paskies actually built that building for my grandfather to move into.
So one of the things that I always think is really, like, when Cash was in, I think it was like 3rd or 4th grade, he came in and you have to pick buildings, like all the kids in the valley have to pick, a building or a location or a monument or something that they have to go build. And Cash did yours. And you were so awesome because you're like, come in at like 5 a.m. We'll give you the tour. This is awesome. And then we laser cut it out of wood. And it was like, and do you still have it there?
Oh yeah, of course. I would never do that. That's iconic. That's awesome.
Okay, so we're in 51. Keep going.
51, moves here. This is with another wife, obviously.
Sure.
My grandma.
Not the spy.
Yeah, not the spy. Yeah, she's gone.
By the way, but having a spy, somewhere in your family, that means you were important. Yeah. Right? That means like you had information that somebody else wanted. So yeah. Okay, got it.
So it was my grandfather, Carl Birkholm, and grandmother Charlotte Birkholm.
Okay.
Started the bakery up here. 1951, really established. There was like another bakery up here as well, so we weren't like the first, but it was the first full service bakery, which was like cakes and pastries and bread and little petitfours and delight cookies and stuff like that.
And roughly, I can't believe, like, so if you're saying in 1951, they built that, were you that full building in 51 as well?
Part of it. The back half, the flat part of the roof, that got added on, I believe, in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, but I mean,
it kept getting more and more footprint, bigger and bigger and bigger, because it just kept growing.
But the front was always there, right?
Yes.
But I'm just thinking back here, like, just rewind my brain all the way to 1951, right? Post-war, tons of optimism, right? People are coming home. They're going to do the thing that they always said they were going to go do because they lost a lot of friends and they didn't make it home. And if you're thinking about like your guys' cornerstone building on that property in 1951, where half the stuff in town wasn't even there, and what a footprint, that it's an iconic building that everybody drives by. We always say like our vineyard's like the most photographed vineyard in Santa Barbara County, but Birkholm's Bakery has got to be one of the most photographed businesses in all of Solvang.
Yeah, the building's pretty outstanding. It's really cool. But back in the early 50s, it was actually split into, it was us, the bakery in there. Then there was like a dress shop that split like half of the bottom.
Yep.
And then upstairs is actually this little motel.
Really?
So all of our like box storage and dry storage upstairs are these little rooms. And it's like, oh, you could definitely tell this was a hotel room.
That's awesome. Do you know, so where Sides Hardware and Shoes originally, and now it's Bar La Côte, right? I always loved it because that was a hardware store downstairs, and then upstairs was a movie theater.
Oh, it was a movie theater?
A movie theater. And they even, like, if you go, there's like a little projection room and a little square box with a door on it that they would push the projector in, and it's like wood floors and everything else. I'm like, I definitely would love to have watched a movie there.
That would have been really cool.
So keep going on Birkholm's.
So we're at 50s, early 50s, and then you just had to expand. And so you kind of took over the whole part of the building.
Right.
And then going into like the 60s and 70s, it just kept booming. Like
Right.
there's old postcards that are still around, and the whole front was all glass cases, like front of the register, behind the register.
Yeah.
It was insane. They call it the heyday.
Yes.
And you used to have to walk up and then take a number.
Yep.
And then like wait your turn. Because
Hey,
it gets a little chaotic.
I've been here in Christmas time where
Oh.
you guys have just an absolute line out the door. I mean, if you think about like Solvang and you think about Buellton, like pea soup, like you're talking about, like the visionaries of the people who built those things way back in the day, right? And really created an epicenter for people who were driving on the 101, the thoroughfare basically between LA and San Francisco, all of the Central Coast. And they were trying to figure out, like in the movie Cars, right? It's like, how do you get people off the highway to come and check out what you've got going on?
Yeah.
And Solvang, your family in particular, Pea Soup Anderson, right?
Yeah.
How iconic and how amazing that entire cities literally grew up around what those guys were doing in the 50s.
Yeah, it's incredible to grab, because they're like, I mean, back in the, your cars from the 60s or
Sure.
70s, it's like, that's a long drive. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, you don't got
9 miles
satellite
to the gallon.
Yeah. You don't got satellite radio. You got maybe AM, FM if you're lucky on certain parts.
Yep.
And it would be just a good stop. They get out, go walk around for a little bit.
Get something to eat.
Kids are getting antsy in the back seat.
Give them some cookies.
Give them some sugar and jump back off.
Okay, so the 50s to, like, when you're talking about the heyday, what was the heyday like? How has it been explained to you?
The pictures I've seen, it was just people were just out, like walking around. Like,
Yep.
obviously no social media.
Sure.
You're not staring at your phone walking down the sidewalk. You're
Yep.
going into stores, giving a little bit of ice cream here, a pastry there.
Yep. And you guys would just give out cookies.
Yeah, we
Do you
did that
guys
for a
still
long
do
time.
that?
Yeah, we give free samples if you come up and ask, like, because a lot of people, the bucket.
Yes,
that's
we'll get
coming.
into that. Right, yeah.
A lot of people don't know what it is.
Sure.
And then the people that do know, you see them walk right up to the buckets, grab an armful, and head out. They're like, "Oh, we have to go see my aunt, my great aunt up the coast." So they still do the stop.
Yep.
They're like, I can't drive if my relatives know I'm driving through Solvang or that area. I have to stop and get something.
See, one of the things that I think you guys have done so well, and it's something like we try to do a little bit as well, where you want to bake in a little bit of like nostalgia, right? It's like nostalgia, but it's like happening right now. And you guys have worked your way into people's lives in this like Rockwellian painting kind of a way with the bucket, which I want you to just talk about that for 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's fine.
But when people go, oh, no, we have to stop here. We have to go get this thing. And that's something that, like, you're seeing, like, previous to social media, like, now we lean on that so hard to get messages out. But that was back in the day where you had to be so, what's the right word? You had to be so good at what you were doing that you had to be remarkable, right? And when I think of you and Birkholms in general, I always think it's remarkable. Like, when you go there, you have a great experience. When you go home and they're like, so what did you do? Oh, well, we did this and this. And then we stopped by Birkholm's and we got a bucket. And people are like, well, what's a bucket? Right. And so what's a bucket?
So the bucket of cookies came from my grandpa.
Well, first explain what a bucket of cookies
Okay, a
is.
bucket
right?
of cookies is literally a bucket, and it's filled with cookies.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Perfect.
In our tub, there's 8 different kinds of cookies. Weighs about 2 pounds, so it comes out to about 6 dozen cookies in each bucket. You know.
Got it.
They're all hand packed. Everything's handmade. Cookies are handmade by scratch. Each one has their own recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Hand stacked, hand cut, hand
And
packed.
they are a thing of beauty, in all honesty. Because like when I think about that bucket, and here's the lore, right? This is what I've heard, and you can tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. Where did the inspiration for the bucket come from?
Cocktails.
So when my son was holding a bucket, he's like, "Oh, this is cool," and I go, "Do you know what that is?" And he goes, "No." I go, "I think that's an ice bucket." Because way back in the day when we would you would go to Vegas or you go somewhere, and I was a little teeny kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was the kid that my dad's like, here, go get some ice, right? And he'd hand me this little plastic. It was a wax covered paper bucket, right?
Right.
And when I picked it up and I felt it, I'm like, I know exactly what this is, because I was the kid that was like wandering down the hall to go find some ice machine, fill this thing up and walk it back. And it came with like a top on it and the whole package. And then when you pick up your guys' bucket, I'm like, this is is it the exact same thing? Similar.
Yes.
Okay.
Pre-COVID, yes. We started in late 1950.
Yep.
With a paper waxed bucket. And we try to keep that on, but I'll tell you a story. So my grandfather went down to this bakery convention in LA. Okay. Downtown LA.
Got it.
Stayed down there, and him and all of his drinking buddies, were sitting in the hotel room, getting ice.
Right.
As the night goes on, all of a sudden they have this stack of ice buckets.
Got it.
And he's like, I'm going to do something with this.
I love it.
So he brings them back up here.
I love it.
And then just started packing them full of cookies. Because with the wax paper, they kept fresh.
Perfect.
It was nice.
Yep.
And he got a lid to fit it and everything.
Yep.
And then we actually, back then, were able to put handles on them.
Got it.
So you grab 3-4 at a time. And so we carried that on.
Yes.
For like still going, but COVID, they stopped producing the paper wax. We looked overseas. We want to keep everything here in the U.S., but tried, and the paper company that we're going with, during COVID, there was an older guy that ran this old, what he sounded like, it was this old spring crimp machine that was kind of a little hairy to operate, and they were like, okay, he retired.
When he retires, we're done.
We're done.
Got it.
And we even looked at buying that piece of equipment. Be like, we have to keep this. We tried everything. So we had to switch to plastic.
Got it.
Times change, whatever.
So right now, if you're listening in Crazy Country, which you are on your FM dial, right now we are talking to Thomas Birkholm of Birkholm's Bakery. We just talked about the buckets, everything else, a cornerstone in the Solvang community. My question with the buckets is like, and I know this is 100%, this is like asking a rancher how many cows you have. And I'm not asking for that, but I am absolutely blown away and shocked by how many people I see walking around with those buckets, bringing them home. Is it your cornerstone product that you guys are putting out? I'm tiptoeing around this, but it's like you've got to go through pallets of these things.
Yeah.
Like
it's definitely one of the top things. Like it goes back generations because like old grandma used to come grab these things on her way up the coast, back in the 60s and 70s, and now all of a sudden grandkids, she's trying to like, oh, I remember these when I was a little girl.
Sure.
So now it's like generational thing.
See, I think of it like almost like the See's Candies box, right? Where you see it, you know what's in there. Yeah. Right. And when I see your guys's, I'm like, I know exactly what's in that thing. Yeah. That's amazing.
I've gone to just estate sales around the valley, and I'll walk in like their garage, and there's one of our old wax tubs filled with nuts and bolts and flour or whatnot.
I love it. That's awesome.
It just brings a smile to your face. You're just like cruising around. You're like, wow, that's really cool.
That is so cool. I mean, the iconic nature of like creating something that becomes something that's all on its own, and you almost feel like you're, not that you guys made it, but you're like a part of it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even fathom how many cookie tubs we've done. And
it's got to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like 3 billion served,
Oh, yeah. Like how McDonald's has that sign.
Yeah, totally.
Like that. I don't know.
So speaking of that, if what is the number one thing when people are coming in and they're a tourist or they've never been here before or whatever, and they're blown away, and we all see people posing on the side of the road, taking the picture with windmill behind it, or your iconic sign, which you guys do such a great job with. Like your signage is always like on point, the old truck, everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is awesome, right? What's the number one thing when people come in that maybe people listening would be interested in. It's like, what's the number one treat that people are coming to get, or what's the question you guys get over and over and over again that's just so weird that you're like, we're so sick of answering this thing. Like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of fun when people come in because you get returning customers that know exactly what they're going for.
Yep.
And then you get the total ones that walk in, just blank stare, and they're like, wow, 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 wow.
And they're like, I guess I want one of those buckets.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they ask them, like, oh, what would you recommend? And we're like, well, here in Solvang, you got to try a traditional Danish pastry.
Sure.
Like, those are every single morning, hot out of the oven. If you get there at 7 o'clock, they're right when you open the door, and it's nothing better. Then
Melts in your mouth.
second one would be the cookies.
Got it.
It's just, you got to take a bucket home. Like, if you ask for a sample, I'll try this one out, So I'll open up a bucket, try a sample, and that's the hook. That's a hook, line, sinker right there.
I know. It's like once you have one, or like you're saying, you're giving away little samples, out front. Somebody takes one bite of it, and they're like, I got to get a bucket of these things.
Yeah,
man.
it's not like a regular chocolate chip cookie like you make at home.
It's something special. So you're third generation, raising your kids in the Valley as well.
Yes.
I mean, that's number one. I'm going to congratulate you on that, just in general, because as we all know, being young in the Valley is not the easiest thing in the world to do, because you have to drill your own well, as they say, right? It's like you have to figure out what you're going to do if you have to get up and go to work every day, and they're not, if you're not inventing your job, or you have like family history like you do to fall back on. It is a difficult place to live.
It is.
But you, with not only Birkholms and everything else, you are an active member of our community. And one of the things I wanted to have you talk about, because something's coming up that's really, really special, and I'll give you my third-party view of this thing, which is the Live Fast Rally.
Yes.
So you have been a part of that. This is number what now?
7. This is going to be our 7th year this June 7th at Nojoqui Park.
So tell us all about what Live Fast Rally is, because personally, I think it's one of the, we have rodeos here, we have the Christmas stuff here, we have, the Porsche Owners Group was here last week, which, oh my gosh, I'm getting chills right now, because I was just mowing in the vineyard, and then all of a sudden I stopped and I'm like, here comes my dream. And there was like 12 Porsches just rolling through. But you guys created like a motorcycle rally, you know? And I think that's like, that's the heart of the Valley, right? Where it's like a rodeo, reason to get together, reason to do wild stuff, not too wild. It's like, it's really nicely PG-13. But it brings a lot of people to the Valley, man.
It does.
Tell us all about it.
So I've ridden and raced motorcycles and dirt bikes my whole life.
Yep.
I never got the, real live horse. I got an iron horse instead.
Well, you don't have to feed it. That's the nice part. That's why I have a motorcycle. I just park it and we're cool.
We'll see you later.
I don't have to walk in twice a day and feed it.
Yep. So, so a bunch of us in the Valley started getting into, we've always been kind of about dirt bikes and trail riding and that. And then we started getting into Harleys mostly.
Yeah.
And then we would ride every Sunday, kind of do a little loop around the Valley or go for rides. And we're like, we should have a bike day, like a Harley bike day one day.
Yep.
And so we started doing it, and then call it just like a rally. And then we're like, oh, Live Fast Rally, just playing off that name. We'll see, kind of made it up.
Yep.
And then our first event was at the Maverick Saloon.
Yep.
And we had almost about probably 800 to 1,000 people rolling, and we're like, whoa!
It was as a third party person who went by, check it out, that kind of thing. It was shocking, because just the amount of people that were there.
Yeah, I mean, this area is just all the riding around here is beautiful. You got Fox and Canyon from Santa Barbara.
Shut up! Don't tell everybody. What are you doing?
It's our little secret.
It's our secret.
So, and then we're kind of like, oh, we're kind of onto something.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple vendors there, Authentic Leather Hat Company. They came and stitched some patches. Palmer. Yeah. And then our second year was coming around, and we're like, all right, we need to do this again.
Yep.
But we're a nonprofit. Let's make it a nonprofit. Let's raise money for something good.
Which right there, man, seriously, the fact that you guys took something that was like a reason to hang out with your buddies, right? Mm-hmm. There's nothing better. I love riding. I crisscrossed the country a couple of different times, And there's nothing better than that feeling of like getting on your, as I like to say, where are we going to go get coffee, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to hop on your bike, you're going to, rip up to wherever you're going to go, but you need a final destination. And this valley is really just a mecca for people to get in their cars and go places, to get on their bike and like, oh, let's rip over the hill a little bit.
Let's
right?
get out of traffic and come up here where it's nice
and safe.
Yeah.
In all honesty. But the fact that you guys took that from, just buddies riding around to creating a real reason and to raise money for great charities, to do something really, really positive for our community. Because when, the horrible stigma with motorcycles is like, oh, these are bad guys kind of a thing. But in the truth of motorcycles is like 99% are always like, super awesome, super kind. If you're pulled over on the side of the road, they're going to stop and help you. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you made a reason for people to get up and go and come up here and go from 800 people to how many people did you guys have last year at Nojoqui Falls?
No, it's
slightly less than you're allowed to have there. Yeah,
right.
I got it. Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect.
No, it's about a couple thousand.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because we raise money for a helping veteran group called the Band of Brothers.
Yep.
And all these guys are super cool. They show up to our event. They're like, all right, give me something to do. What can I do?
Yep.
A bunch of them show up and we do all kinds of like nonprofit stuff for them. And we're there for them. They're there for us. And at the end of at the end of our event, like we actually cut them a check, say, here you go. And this is
awesome.
for you guys to help, because we've heard stories of them. Stephen Baird, the president of it, and if there's a veteran in distress, like was one in, I believe, like Texas.
Yeah.
He hopped in his car that night, drove straight through to Texas with a couple guys, picked this guy up that wasn't doing good mentally.
Yep.
Drove him back here and supported him and got him back on his feet. It's awesome. These guys, like, it will make your skin just tingle listening to the stories.
So when is the next rally? What's the date?
June 7th.
So it's June 7th up
Nojoqui
at
Falls.
Nojoqui Falls. If you ride a bike, there's plenty of parking, which is always really nice. If you want to just drive up and just come in and support the day, you can.
It's a 21 and over event.
Yep.
Because there is our local brewery there.
Yep. Cash got kicked out last year. What the? I'm like, it's all right. Just sit on the sidelines. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And we got vendors that come up.
But you don't have just like kind of vendors. You have great vendors.
Yeah, we have a lot of motorcycle hard parts, t-shirt companies,
great music.
Great music, bike show.
Yep. And you guys also do something super special. You give away a bike at the show.
Yeah, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet.
Go to livefastrally.com.
Oh, is that the name of the website? Livefastrally.com, or on Instagram.
Instagram is the best way. We build. This is going to be our 4th bike that we've built.
Yeah. So you guys build it together as kind of like that core group gets together and you're like, hey, we're going to build a bike.
Yeah.
And then you're going to raffle it off.
Raffle it off for $50. So this year is a 2019 Harley Lowrider.
Yeah.
It's been painted by one of the Band of Brothers that's a veteran.
Really?
Yeah.
That's super
He's painted all of our bikes. He's
awesome.
He said he picked up painting one day and all of a sudden he comes in with these Yeti mugs, like for all 12 of us. He's like, oh, I'm just trying to figure out painting. I'm like, dude, these things are insane.
Awesome.
And so now he was like, let me paint the bike. So we kind of gave him free range on one bike. And all of a sudden he's painting. That's like our deal. Like he paints a bike. It's all full custom paint. This bike is insane this year.
Tell us about it.
A lot of our vendors that are coming.
Yep.
Gives us a bunch of hard parts in that. There's exhaust companies.
Awesome.
Bars, risers, fairings, seat company. Like this thing is built. You don't got to do anything. And
Built to ride.
Built to ride. It only costs $50 too.
Well done. And who won it last year?
Last year was Jerry Gordon in Ventura.
Okay.
And he's like one of our friends.
Yep. But he's
been in John Johnson.
John. Okay, here we go.
You've seen a bright blues glittery bike. When he won it that year.
Oh my gosh, that was the greatest.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, for anyone to win it, he was the best guy because he is just over the top happy. I see that thing on Pismo Beach. Like he rides it on the sand.
I have never seen. I mean, this gives me chills in all honesty. What you guys have done, right? You guys started something 7 years ago because it was fun to do and hang out with your buddies, which everybody loves to do. You had a reason to go do it. You're raising money for charity. It's a great rally for people to come to the valley and experience it, which is absolutely awesome. But the bike, Johnson won, Number one, if anybody knows who that is,
he is over the top happy guy.
Over the top. It's like, if you could take whatever that guy's taking every single day and feel like that guy feels, I would line up. You know what I mean? And I see that bike everywhere.
Oh, he loves it.
Loves it.
It's insane.
It was like if you could have made someone win that bike.
It just happened.
Providence.
It was
Absolutely.
meant to be. I swear.
I mean, I see it in Buellton. I see it on the freeway. I see it in the parking lot over at El Rancho. I see it in front of your place. I see that bike. Literally, I would love to know how many miles that guy has put on that bike already.
Oh, he's already done like probably 4 sets of tires already.
That's insane. How amazing.
It was awesome.
So that day, everybody's welcome, 21 and over. And we should probably tell everybody where Nojoqui is. If you're listening to this, you probably know. But if you don't, there's two really, really, really great ways to get there. There's one, go to Birkholm's, go get a cup of coffee and a cookie in the morning, and then head down to Alisal and just follow it and just keep going. And once you get up in the thing, you're going to be like, am I lost? And the answer is no, just keep going. Because Alisal, which not a lot of people know, it's one of my favorite drives in the world. Mm-hmm. Alisal from right there at 246, where Birkholm's Bakery is located. If you turn on to Alisal, it'll take you all the way up and around, all the way to the 101 freeway. Mm-hmm. The other way you can get there is off the 101 freeway, which is it Nojoqui?
Yeah, it's a Nojoqui Road. Or it doesn't say Alisal, it says Nojoqui exit.
Yep.
It's right before the grade if you're heading south.
Right by Folded Hills Winery.
Correct.
There, if you see that, you're right on the right spot. And you turn in off there, make a right, follow it up and around. And a lot of people don't know about Nojoqui Falls, which is one of my favorite little hikes because it's easy. And you go up there, and one of the beautiful parts, like there's two really cool waterfall or springs in the valley. There's one at the top of Cold Springs Tavern, and the other one is right there at the top of Nojoqui Falls. And it is a waterfall that starts in the middle of nowhere. And once you get out there on June, what day?
June 7th.
June 7th.
Saturday, June 7th.
And it starts at
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. And it goes till whenever.
About 4.
4, yeah.
And then they live music. There's food trucks out there.
Yeah.
Adult beverages.
It's an absolute destination. When you get out there, park your bike, walk around, and just shake hands. Because I have been to Sturgis. I've been to tons of motorcycle rallies all over the place. But that rally in particular, every single person, it feels like, is happy and excited to be there. And there is zero vibe. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, it's not your typical biker meetup or something. No, everybody, like, there's veterans, there's doctors there, there's
everybody.
You name it. There's
top to bottom.
It's funny when you see some people you don't see. You're like, wow, you actually have a tattoo? You're like, I didn't know that. Because you see people out there relaxed, just having a good time, and the weather's always perfect right in the middle of that field.
I love it.
It's a good time.
Hey, I wanted to say, number one, thank you for being such a great supporter of not only, Solvang and being a cornerstone property with you and your family at Birkholm's Bakery, but also being, you and your friends getting together and doing what I think everybody who's listening to this should be doing, which is doing their thing, having a great time, but really making the whole valley better as a whole. And I think that you and all the Live Fast guys have done such a great job of not only promoting, our special place, but also promoting it in the right way, where it's like, come up, have a great time, enjoy yourself, ask for directions, somebody will give them to you. And you're, once you put a foot down, you're going to have a great time.
We live where people vacation. That's what I tell, like, some
I got
of
it
my
on
employees.
my bumper. You got
we
that
live
right.
where people vacation, and then sometimes, like, we get buses full of outsiders,
tourists.
all over the world,
over
the world. And it's just like, put a smile on your face because they're on vacation and they just have a good time, have a good vibe.
Well, whenever I get on a plane, I always use hey, when people go like, hey, where do you live? Right. And if I say, oh, I live in Los Olivos, right? 2% of people know. If you're into wine, maybe you know. My second thing is I go, do you know where Solvang is? And it's like right there. If you live in California sometime, right? Or you've been to Solvang at one point in your life, or you went there as a kid or whatever. if I ever have to get to Santa Barbara County, I know that they live on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So whenever I drop it, I'm like, hey, where do you live? Los Olivos? Oh, I don't know where that is. Solvang. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I'm like, have you ever had the cookie tub? And they're like, yeah, I have had that. My grandma would get those.
Sitting in the garage full of nuts and bolts.
Full of nuts and bolts. So everybody, you have been listening to Chopping It Up with Keith Saarloos and talking to Thomas Birkholm about not only Birkholm's Bakery, but the absolutely awesome, if you live in the Valley, even if you don't have a bike, go on June 7th, 11 a.m. up to Nojoqui Falls and go have an absolute great time and see a little part of the Valley maybe you haven't seen in a while. I just want to say thank you for coming in and sharing your time. And this has been Keith Saarloos with Chopping It Up, and back to your regularly scheduled great music on Crazy Country 105.9.